Tamron, this whole hour we've been celebrating what I think is the most important meal of the day. Of course, that is breakfast with some amazing guests today. Well, food has a way of bringing people together, which is why sharing a meal can be so special. It can save lives, and of course, it can inspire change. And my next guest, like so many of us, saw headlines about hate crimes against Asians escalating across the country and decided she had to do something about it. Dr. Catley started an online group in May of 2020 to connect people who shared the same love of baking that she did. And by the end of that year, it had over 60,000 members. But what started as a Facebook group of baking enthusiasts has now turned into a community coming together to make change.
Baking has always been an amazing way for me to wind down, and during the pandemic, I found myself baking a lot more. There was no specific space or network where bakers can just bounce ideas off of each other, and that's how Subtle Asian Baking was born. We were able to rally our members from across the globe, from the US to Canada to Australia to Hong Kong. And by the end of 2020, we had over 60,000 members on our Facebook group alone. I thought we already had so many bakers in our community who were virtually hosting bake sales. Why not donate a portion of their proceeds to help with the cause? Together, we raised $15,000 and donated the money to older adults and people with food insecurity in New York City, along with a struggling bakery in New York City, Chinatown. It was really, really amazing to see all these bakers come together and achieving so many amazing things.
Please welcome from her home in Seattle, Washington, Dr. Kat Liu. Thank you so much, Kat, for joining us. Now, you're actually a doctor of physical therapy and a certified lymphedema therapist. You quit your job during the pandemic to focus on Subtle Asian Baking. What a leap of faith for others. I salute you for that.
Thank you so much, Cameron.
I mean, when you look back at it, could you have imagined that so many people would rally to help others in the way that they have?
No, I never expected Subtle Asian Baking to blow up the way it has. And I think it came from the void, an idea that I had one day that I was very gluttonous and I was missing all the egg tarts and mooncakes and mochi that I had during the pandemic, because these are the foods that bring me comfort, right? And I had no idea so many other people just wanted to bake the Asian way as well. And this is not a way just for Asians, it's for anyone who is interested and appreciative of the cuisine and the food.
I love that. And we can learn so much through baking. We made French toast earlier today, and I said challah, and a lovely member of our audience who happens to be Jewish, she said, no, Tamron, it's challah. So I said, all right, I got it. So it is about celebrating and learning each other's culture. We have a few recipes here that you've elevated in your group. We have the yogurt custard toast. Tell me about this.
Yeah, it's a viral TikTok toast. It's actually a recipe that I adapted from one of our members called Van Putin, and she's part of a blog called Food is a Four-Letter Word. And then she made toast. Like, this is a very fun toast because it could be flexible. You can make it savory or sweet.
Really good.
But with this toast, you could use Greek yogurt, any type of sweetener. It could be vegan. You use an egg and whip it all together, put it on top of your toast and pop it into the air fryer or an oven, and you bake it for 10 minutes.
You make
put
this in the air fryer?
You want.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. You could put that in the air fryer as well.
We're going to put your recipe up on our website. Subtle Asian Baking. Now, you've, 300,000 followers across the platform. You've raised tens of thousands of dollars from these bake sales. You wrote a cookbook. Your recipes are there, Modern Asian Baking. That comes out this summer. I mean, when you look at this journey, how do you explain it? How do you process the good that has come from the love of baking? Is this your purpose?
Tamron, I feel right now it is my purpose. I've always felt that I should give back, right? But I think COVID changed a lot of our lives, everyone's lives, right? It's not just COVID. For me, when I started Subtle Asian Baking, that was May 2020. And then I lost my father to Lewy body's dementia that, Robin Williams had in July 2020. I watched him, pass away. I watched him breathe his last breath. And after that, I felt, every day we should live with purpose. Every day we should live with some kind of why that we wake up with, and then spread love, not the hate. I've been part of this hate. I've experienced it for many years of my life, having grown up in Brooklyn, New York. And I don't want that to be what my son experiences. And that's why I feel this is what's so needed right now. Food brings love. So we bake with our hearts. We can host bake sales, right? And just donate proceeds to any cause that brings love to our hearts, right? It could be Stop Asian Hate. It could be for the people of Ukraine.
Yeah. Kat, what's your father's name?
Philip Liu.
We're going to dedicate this show to Philip Liu because what he created in you is a beautiful daughter who gives so much back. Thank you so
Thank you, Tamron.
Of course. Thank you. And Kat's book, Modern Asian Baking at Home, will be available June 28th, wherever books are sold. Thank you so much for your time, Kat. Sending my love